I wanted to get back to some of the details that I didn't have time for. My battery was running out and I panicked and rushed through the last one. Oh, here we go. So this was a project. This is a paint stir stick, and we supported it inside here with a toothpick. When you break it or when you bend it, part of it breaks, and what you can do is clean that out, glue a toothpick in there, and you can also bend right angle of these paint stir sticks and put them on there to support it as well. But it is pretty strong. And on the other, there we go. One of the other videos, not often you're going to have a part all by itself needing to support itself all by itself, if that makes sense. Sorry, gotta get into focus. So usually a part is attached to another part, and you wouldn't have that much force pressing it down. And you can see the toothpick in there. So I mocked this up. I already cut the 45s. This bracket can be found at most hardware stores. My stuff mostly comes from Home Depot because they're the only ones out here. And so I've pre-cut the I-beams to 45. And if it doesn't quite fit, like if your cut is not exactly 45, you should have a pretty easy time with the sanding sticks that we made to flatten that off. So bring it to the edge of the table and work that real coarse sandpaper across here. And that's going to flatten off that edge. And if it's opened one way or the other, you might want to put more, grind more of this wood off, and that would bring this. So if you grind more of this off, it's going to bring your right angle more this way. If your right angle is too tight here, or if it's sticking out like that, you want to grind this. So I lost one of my clamps. So you would glue this up, spread it around evenly, wipe it off, put it on your bracket, work it in there tight, and then put some glue on the back side of this gusset plate. Put your gusset plate in there. Then you can tape it. Oops. That gusset plate would have stayed. Oops, sorry. So you can tape that tight. And that will seal up that joint. You can also use the smaller sticks for kind of a gusset plate. So you'd put glue on there, set it in there, clamp it or tape it in that spot. And that's going to give you the strength you need. This gluing these I-beam together, it's going to be strong, but not as strong as if you glue this up and another one on the back. This is another way to square up your piece. So I like the tape and I like to glue it up. Like this would be the first step. It's just glue it in a right angle, but keep it on the frame. This is a speed square. It's $6, $7. And or find them at Goodwill or yard sales and such. So then you'd want to put your glue on the back side of this and press it into that spot. You could tape it. And then this is the smaller sticks. You could do that as well with these. If you wanted to, you could even do a doubled gusset connection. This one here is, this is for a knee brace. And it's basically two of these. So in this case, what I've done is I've pre-glued there we go. Oops, wasn't finished gluing it. So this angle is 22.5 degrees. It started out like this. You cut it at 22.5 degrees and then spin it around. And that's the same for this side. It's one large, it's actually 3-gallon paint sticks glued together in the I-beam. So 22.5 degrees, and then you're going to glue your gusset plates on both sides. And just let that set up and be solid before you start to work the other one. So once again, you might need to flatten this off to make the joint or the angle correct if you want to get real exact. So if it is not exactly 22.5 degrees, you might need to file one side or the other. And I would lay it on. I like to file them together because when you do that, it's a flatter surface and you won't have a tendency to like go off onto one corner or the other. So once those are square, you can draw a line here and here. Put your glue there, put it in place. Oh, that's tight. Okay, actually, this one goes here. It's also good to mark your sticks for the procedure. Okay. So, and you can mark and mark, and then glue, put that on there. Get your tape. I feel like one of those cooking shows that I should have all this stuff prepped, so you don't have to wait for me to peel tape. But these are real things you're going to have to deal with. Put it on there. And when the glue is still wet, it's going to be a little messy, but then tape this and tape that section. This one fell off because I didn't wait. Sorry. And then let it dry. And what you're going to be able to do in the future is bend this angle, and this angle at the same time. And that will make like a knee brace for a shelf. Or you could actually just make a bunch of these for shelf brackets. This one would go up against the wall, and this one would go up against the shelf, and there would be your bracket. This one here, this is what we did on the other video. And you see how it sprung up like this? And then I think, well, I know that's because it's not dry. See how it's a little dark right here? So just keep it intact. Sorry. Until it dries. And this one is one of those same ones. and it's dry and it wouldn't spring. Sorry. So this is some of the right angle bends using this jig. So you're going to use these parts in many cases as gussets to support another stick bigger, or you're going to use them for toys. Here is an example of the toothpick. So it broke here, it broke there. We put glue inside that cavity. Put your toothpick in there. And then kind of wiggle it around like that and let it stay. And that is also true for this one. Sometimes you might have to clean it out a little bit to get that worked into its spot. And this is what we do with these bending mold jigs. So these are paint sticks. And you can see we've put the toothpick in that one. And so we might choose to glue it up this way for some reason. We might spin it around and make a box. I might choose to do this and make like a wine holder. So you'd put your bottle of wine right in there, slot. Or a glue dispenser.